Hey everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Course Building Secrets podcast. Welcome, welcome. Hey, in this episode, I want to address a common problem that a lot of people have. Again, like we do a lot of teaching in Learn Academy about creating your first launch, creating your initial beta launch where you're testing with a group of your ideal avatars, your entire proprietary methodology, so that you know that you can get people results, so that you can make sure that everything is working how you want it before you lock and load it into a more formalized program. But we got this question the other day, and it's one of my favorites because it's such a common problem, and it is the very exact problem that we address here with our clients. And so I wanted to go ahead and I'm going to just read to you a little bit of the post that was put out there, because if you're struggling with this, you're not alone, number one. And number two, there are definitely some very simple strategies that will help you sort of dig out of this particular problem. All right, so I had this post come up the other day, and it was just like, I just finished my first launch. I'm so excited. It was amazing. And 42 members. And now this person has 108 members. And so 66 people joined. That was incredible, right? And so she was super excited. She went through her beta launch. She went through the whole process. But now here's the problem: is she's got 108 people who are expecting to be immersed in whatever she has to offer. And unfortunately, what started to happen through the beta, which is very common because you don't have everything built up yet. And so a lot of times you're doing one-on-one, or you're answering questions individually that people have just because you're trying to sort of, solidify what you have. And so this happened to her. She had a really great community, right? She had a way for people to contact the group and to contact her individually. But now that it's over, and she's like, okay, what do I do with these 108 people? Because they've started to all, Vox her or message her individually, that she sees how much of a lift that's going to be as she moves forward and adds an additional 808 people, or, just tries to keep up with what's going on with all of the questions and comments and all of the things. And so her post goes on and on about how she does that, right? So she's got somebody who's sort of taking care of basic customer support, billing, and all of those types of things. But she sort of created a monster now with these 108 people that they think that they have one-on-one access to her 24/7. And so she was like, help, what do I do? So first of all, if you have this challenge, it's normal, right? This is sort of part of the building process. But as you can now see, you cannot possibly help 108 people, 500 people, 1,000 people in exactly that same way, because your calendar will be maxed out. And even if you keep hiring team, it's not gonna help, right? You're eventually just gonna keep getting maxed out. And so there are a couple of strategies that we recommend doing right away to counteract this particular challenge, regardless of what system you're using or platform or whatever else. So the very first thing is start thinking about putting all of those people into some sort of group situation where they can come on and ask their questions. So one engagement strategy that we love to use is a weekly Q&A call or weekly office hours, however you want to think about it. But it's a scheduled time, usually an hour, where you are on a Zoom call or whatever other platform you want to be on, and people can jump on. They can either pre-register with our questions, so you can research ahead of time depending upon what your topic is, or they just jump on, ask their question, or listen to what other questions other people have, and then they're getting their questions answered in that environment. That is the very first thing that we do to help shift people over. You don't need anything complicated. You just need, Zoom or Google Meets or whatever else you use to do live virtual training, is to say, Thursdays at 1:00, we are having office hours and anyone can come on and ask their questions. That eliminates a lot of sort of the one-on-one conversation or banter that's going back and forth in terms of what people need. The second thing you can do is set up something like Slack or Voxer or something that's not like a text message, right? Because let's be honest, if you get a text and it's on your phone, you're going to check it automatically because a lot of times it's the same phone you're using for your family and for other things. And so because you need to set those boundaries and say, this is when I'm checking it between this time and this time, putting it onto a platform like Slack, or, if you have a membership site, you can, kind of put it into a group membership area, or, something else from a community standpoint where your audience can answer, your team can answer, and you can answer. Because that's the challenge is that, there are other people who would probably answer the question that person has, but if they're just interacting with you one-on-one, no one else can see it. So a lot of times we'll move our clients to Slack so that the entire team can see that message when it comes in, and then whoever is available can answer it. So that is one approach in terms of just moving everything off of your own personal device or personal messaging system so you're the only one who is seeing it. And then better yet, the next step in that strategy is creating a community where you're having people put their questions in the community that then, again, lives outside of a one-on-one transaction and is available 24/7. So anyone can jump in and answer it or contribute to the conversation at any point in time. Because the reality is that if somebody has a question, most likely one of those other 100 and some people also have the question, or somebody has the answer. And so the more you can do that, the better off it is, because number one, it obviously takes away the burden of you and your time, but it also starts to build a community of people who are helping each other, which adds an entirely new dimension to your membership. And so those are just two quick strategies that you can use to start shifting that sort of challenge that you have with the one-on-one to going to one-to-many. And honestly, a lot of times the opposition that people have is like, well, but people want to have access to me. And that's great, right? Like, you can still have people have access to you without having access to you 24/7, right? And so there's a difference between having people ask you a million questions and having focused interactions with people that help them move forward. And hopefully, you kind of can gauge the difference there in terms of what that looks like. So hopefully this serves you. Those are just two strategies out of lots of other ones. But these are the two that start to shift you in a different direction, where you get out of that just sort of constant one-on-one churn of your time as you are adding more members or customers into your programs.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for.
In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.